Hi, I'm Maribeth Quinn, and I am deep into study mode. I'm developing new work, and I also have a commission that's coming up. It's a landscape commission. It's going to be 24 by 36, so it's a pretty good size. And so I thought that I would take this opportunity to show you how it is that my studies work into my process of developing a painting, a specific painting, like it is for this commission. So in general, when I'm developing new work, I work from a very intuitive place. I don't have a plan in place. I'm just seeing what develops. So basically I'm playing, I'm looking for things, and I'm trying to figure out what is next. It can be a lengthy process, but I really enjoy it. But for this specific thing, I have a way that I do studies. I go into this commission with just a few things that I really know. Like, I don't want to be too specific, but the details that I do put in, or the reference points, I want to be specific to the place that they were interested in. So it's not going to be a representational painting of a specific place, but the reference points I want to be very clear, at least to the people that are commissioning it, as to what place this came from, and also get sort of the mystery of that landscape that they love. These studies right here are a group. I did 9 of them. I just got a big sheet of 24 by 18 paper and taped it off, and didn't make a lot of layers. I just was sure to put in some collage. I chose a color palette, and these are not the refined versions. These are just the beginnings, because what I'm looking for are specific things that will end up in this finished product of the commission. So each of these has qualities that may or may not wind up in this eventual commission that I'm doing. But what I'm looking for here are things that I like and things that I want to include. So I'll show you just a few of those so you can see what I'm talking about. If you'd like to learn more about creating loose and intuitive landscapes, check out the link below to both of my landscape classes. With this one here, I really like that there's this movement here. You can't maybe tell exactly what it is, but I like that. And I like that I used some collage paper. It was from an old McCall's pattern, and it just has these lines. You'll see it throughout all of these. And I like that in landscapes. It reminds me of old nautical charts or latitude and longitude, and I like those references. Another thing that I like is the different sections that I have here in the foreground that create a little bit of mystery, and they're not very spelled out. I really like the sky in this one, so that will be a point of reference. Now, these next two have little areas that suggest things. Like, I love how these orange marks came down, and they just create a sense of distance and movement in something happening in the land. And I like that, and I also like that they're not specific. And I love how these pieces of collage naturally created this little thing that either looks like a path or a stream, and it just takes you into the painting. I like that a lot. That will be something I will be sure to include. Now this one here, same thing. These collage pieces here, this one is part of that pattern, so it has that line that has that really specific direction, and it does the same thing. It takes you into the painting, and it also does that over here. And this particular commission I'm doing is based on a specific place that used to be a private landing strip, air landing strip, and now people will go there to walk their dogs and all of that. So I really love this included in the landscape because it refers back to that. I love the sky in this one. It has a lot of depth, and then there's this right here that looks like land off in the distance. I just love especially this part of it. It just has a lot of depth and mystery to it. So that will be my reference from that one. I really like this collage piece right here. It has a lot of things that remind me of the landscape from an aerial view, and so I've included those there. I like the wording. I always like wording in my paintings. This is an exploratory process, And I think that was really the point that I wanted to get across, is that for me, this is what is fun. What is not fun to me is trying to replicate a scene. It's not necessarily my forte. What I'm more interested in is conveying some general characteristics or feelings about that landscape and getting those right. It's tricky, it's challenging, and that's actually the fun of it. So all of this work that I do, where I do lots and lots of studies, this is really what I'm looking for. I'm looking for things that happen in these studies that are things that I want to take with me. And I'll begin compiling more and more and more of those things, put them into a sketchbook, and eventually I will naturally move onto that larger surface. And my brain will have somehow taken them all and put them together in some sort of order that when I paint intuitively onto that canvas, that will be what comes out. So I hope this is helpful to you. I know everyone does it differently, and I hope that my sharing my way sparks an idea for you about how maybe you could further refine the way you use studies in your paintings. And as always, thank you for spending your precious time with me. I always enjoy it so much.